Good day, grade 12s. I hope you are fantastic. Welcome back to another exam revision lesson with Mr. T. And as always, I'll be sharing my approach to grade 12 maths, and I really hope that this lesson will be relatable and beneficial to you. Alright, so now let's look at the second question. So the second question says, determine the values of B for which H and G will no longer be tangents to F prime X. Okay, so how are we going to do this? We firstly have to calculate this. We're going to say, okay, remember we calculated the X coordinate of D, right? Meaning that we can calculate the Y coordinate of D to determine what Y value do we need, or which Y value is required for these two to be tangents to the graph of F prime. Okay, meaning that if it so happens that we shift the Y value of D by any margin, these two won't be tangents. Let me repeat that. So we're going to calculate the Y value of D. Why do we calculate the Y value of D? Is to determine what Y value is required, right, for these two Y value required for D, for these two tangents or these two straight lines to be tangents to the graph of F prime, right? Once we have figured that out, then we'll start to think, okay, if we change this Y value, if we move it up or down, what will happen to these straight lines? And once you do that, you'll then realize that if you shift it but by just a slight margin, these two straight lines will stop being tangents to F prime. Okay, so we're going to quickly do this. What 3 equals 2? We had 3, put that there. It's going to give us -3, 1 over 3 squared plus, shouldn't be negative, 2, 1 over 3 plus 1. This gives us 4 over 3, right? Meaning the Y value of D is 4 over 3, okay? So if it happened that the Y value of D is anything less than 4 over 3, what would happen? This graph would most likely pass over here, which means it's no longer a tangent because it would be cutting the graph at 2 points, right? The same goes for the other one. It would cut the graph at 2 points, right? Which then means that it's not a tangent, because remember, a tangent is a line that touches the graph at 1 point, at a single point. Okay, then your answer becomes that if our Y value is anything less than 4 over 3, then they said the values of B for which H will no longer be a tangent, then the H and the G will no longer be tangents to F prime, right? Now let's see. This is the Y value of, oh, sorry about that. It shouldn't be Y, should be B, because B is technically the Y value. So Y equals to B equals to that. So if B is less than 4 over 3, if B is less than 4 over 3, it means that the graph, the two straight lines would be shifted downwards. They would be moved downwards. Then each one of them would cut the graph at 2 points, which then disqualifies them as tangents. Okay, don't be confused by the B. I replaced the Y by the B because it's the same thing. The B is the Y value of D. Okay, so I hope that makes perfect sense, and this is going to be the end of this lesson. Look, this lesson was so long. I think it's close to 55 minutes. I don't like to record long sessions like this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down in parts. There will be part 1 and part 2, okay? Because if a lesson is long, I believe that learners tend to lose concentration, okay? Not all, but there's some learners that have a very low concentration span. So in my videos, I'm also trying to cater for them. Okay, so I'm going to break this. If possible, I'm going to break it into 3 parts. Okay, so don't be surprised when it looks a bit it looks like it's been cut off in sections. Okay, so yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson, and until I see you again, bye.